Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily Grace with Pastor James. So glad you're joining me in this episode. Thank you so much. Today, we want to look at still the word. I think we've looked at it a couple of times now, and it's called faithfulness. Why are we emphasizing or dwelling on this? Because faithfulness is key in life. For things to go on well, for you to succeed in life, for you to really carry on well, the way that the Lord wants you to carry on, faithfulness is key. So today we are going to be looking at the characteristics of faithfulness. What are the characteristics of faithfulness? First, let us look at what 2 Chronicles 16 verse 9a says. The Lord is constantly watching everyone, and he gives strength to those who faithfully obey him. You see, even the Lord rewards faithfulness. There is a wonderful story about a man who, despite facing death, he was faithful to death. He is called Polycarp. In the year 156, an 86-year-old man was brought before a Roman official and asked to renounce his atheism. He was no atheist by our standards. Rather, he was the devout Christian Bishop Polycarp. To the Romans, however, he was an atheist, for he refused to worship the emperor as a god along with other gods of Rome. Polycarp knew denial would mean a painful death, either being thrown into the arena with a wild animal or burnt alive on a pyre. 3 times he was questioned, 3 times invited to renounce his atheism, but no renunciation of Christ would he make. Swear, and I release. Curse Christ, urged the Roman official, to which Polycarp replied, 86 years have I served him, Christ, and he has done me no wrong. How then can I blaspheme my King who saved me? Polycarp was not spared. A prayer was built, and he was burnt alive. But his words echo down through time to us. 86 years have I served him, Christ, and he has done me no wrong. How then can I blaspheme my King who saved me? Wow. You see, one thing is this: there will come a day when each and every one of us will give account of the investment that the Lord has made in your life, give account of whatever the Lord has given unto you as a gift. You are going to give a report. Jesus Christ tells us about this accounting day in his parable in Matthew 25, 14 to 30. And you know, this is the story of the talent, where the master was going away and he gave talents to 3 of his servants. 2 of them invested the talent, but 1 did not. Rather, he buried it. And then when the master came back asking for his talent and the reward, the other 2 gave him the talent plus the reward. But the 3rd one said no, he didn't. He buried it because he knows that the master wants to reap where he did not sow. And of course, the master punished him. And then the other 2, he said, they are good and faithful servants. I pray that on that day, you will be seen as a good and faithful servant. So what are the characteristics of faithfulness? One is you need to have the right value. Faithful people know what's important and what is not important in their lives. They live their lives around the things that matters most to them. Proverbs 28 verse 20 says, a faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. We need to be faithful in what the Lord has given unto us. We prove our faithfulness by trying to refuse to conform to this world, because this world is materialistic. All the world knows today is me, 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 me. It's take, 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 take. But the word of the Lord is saying that we should not conform to that. Rather, we should actually have the mind of Christ, which is the mind of giving. The second characteristics is faithful people care for the interest of others, not just their own interests. God will judge our faithfulness by looking at our relationship with other people. And a great example we can see in the Bible is the relationship between Paul and Timothy. Apostle Paul says this in Philippians 2, verse 20. He says, I have no one else like him who will show genuine concern for your welfare. What a statement. And then it goes further in verse 21. It says, for everyone looks out for their own interest, not those of Christ. And that's what we see in our world today. Our commitment to putting others first is lacking. The third characteristic is faithful people live a life of integrity before unbelievers. Most of us, we care about our reputation when we are in the midst of believers, but when we are outside that circle, we don't care. But God actually values more your reputation with unbelievers, because you are the Bible that these people read. You are the one that use your character and whatever you do to actually draw them to the Lord. So you need to live your life in a better form in front of the unbelievers. Matthew 5:16. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Faithful people keep their promises. That's the fourth characteristic. Faithful people keep their promises. When God evaluates your faithfulness, He will not look at whether you fulfilled the promises you've made or something else. But when He is going to evaluate you, He is going to look at the number of promises that you have made, the number of commitments you have made, and how you have actually kept to that promise. And every day we make commitments and promises. For instance, you can say, I'll come back to you shortly. Do you ever come back to them? I'll pay you back the money that you have given to me. Do they ever pay you back? Because when they come to you for that money, they say all sorts of things. And then when it comes the time for repayment, it becomes an issue. I will pray for you, but do they really pray for you? Proverbs 20, verse 25. It's a trap to dedicate something rashly and only later to consider one's vow. Do not make a vow until you have really considered it, and then you go for it. Your commitment matters, especially as a believer. Faithful people do what they say that they want to do. Let your word be your bond. When they say that they are coming to visit you because you're bereaved or whatever, they will definitely be there. They do it. When they make commitment to their spouse or their children, they keep to that commitment. They fulfill it because they are faithful people. God is looking for faithful people. One day you will be judged, I'll be judged. Not on how eloquent you have been, not on how much you have been able to acquire, but on how faithful you were with what God has given unto you. Thank you so much for listening to me in this episode. Once again, my name is Pastor James Egodibe, and I pastor RCCG Solid Rock Parish, Derby, 55 Woods Lane, DE 22 3UD. If you're looking for a Bible-believing church, we'll welcome you with an open arms, and we have wonderful brethren that are waiting to see you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.